Can someone, what can you see? I'm supposed to be sharing a screen. I don't know if that is, no, you have my face, okay. Okay. To be honest, I really don't know how this work. Ayo, I don't know how this work. I'm trying to see how to share my screen. Okay. Okay, you have just my face. Wow. What can you see? Well, is there any way someone can help me out so that I can look at the bottom of the screen to share your screen? Okay. I can see present. Look at the bottom of your screen. Okay, present. Okay. I've seen present. It's saying stop screen, stop my screen. Okay. Then I'm doing present now. Present, I'm seeing slides and PDF. Okay. To be honest, I really don't know how this works. Can someone just guide me? It's my first time seeing this app. I'm used to either Zoom or Teams. Someone is typing present. I've clicked present and it says share screen. Okay, I'm sharing screen now. Share screen with monitor. Okay, share screen. Okay. Okay. Window. Okay. Okay. How about now? Is anything visible? Oh, fantastic. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I'm my name is Danjuma Audu. Yes, I think I've been in the industry for a while, and yeah, I've been hearing so much about AI, but it's like I've been hearing all the bad things about AI. So on my own part, I happen to be a developer, and the company I work for, we build AI solutions for companies not just in Nigeria, but in Europe and Canada. For specific, we have AI solutions and all of that. So it's quite different from the way I look at it. So my perspective on AI is quite different from what you guys think. But I think you all think the same way, but just that my focus is more on the AI aspect, actually, and not so much about the negatives. But though I'm going to point that as well. And so permit me, I'm still just having some issue coming up with my slide. Okay, I really don't, I'm struggling. Okay, yeah, I think I'm this now. Okay, yeah, so artificial intelligence actually is not new, but it's a transformative force in the computer science. So I'm going to focus more on what it takes and the building, and it's just about reasoning and performing autonomous action. But I think the reason why it is like this, from what I think from what Lanre talked about, is as a result of what has happened now. There's so much data now. We have there's so much there's internet, and then we're in the cyber world, or we're in the digital age. And that is what has propelled the AI. So it's just because of, and this has led to recent development in computing power. Of course, a lot of data availability, and of course, a lot of innovation. There are algorithms. To be honest, if you switch off your internet, I think AI is gone. So maybe you might want to try that. So if you want to end AI, let's just cut off internet. Of course, we might have to worry about the other things that depends on the internet. So it's simply a tool in in the computing world, and there are just two components about it: generative AI and the conversational AI. So my goal here is for us to see what we can do for AI, and what we can do with AI, and what AI can do for our society, and how we can actually catch up and make our life better. There are just two components: the generative AI and the conversational AI. But what we have today now is a combination of these two. In one case, you generate a new content that really doesn't exist. Of course, that has to do with some large models that has been built by those who are very rich, by of course the tech and all of that. And then we have the one that converse with human. An example is your Alexa, Siri, Kutana. You talk. A lot of the chatbots are actually here, actually in this category. Try to behave as if they are humans. So I was running a test recently for a solution we're deploying for a customer in Namibia, and there was AI there. I was so amazed what the AI could do, and we couldn't even test it to that level. So AI can actually make life better, and of course, we'll still look at the nuances, the risk, and all of that. But in the entire world now, the AI is like the new electricity. And some said AI is powering the fourth industrial revolution. Like 100 years ago or more, when electricity was discovered, a lot of industry changed. So many things changed. Factories had to be rebuilt. And so AI is doing the same, and it's impacting every of our life. It's impacting every industry. AI is a very fast-moving train, and it takes away everything on its way. But you see, before now, the AI belongs only to the big tech, and because it's so expensive, you need to put in a lot of AI engineers, data engineers, to make it come to life. And because of that, only the big tech could actually make good use of it. And could only make just good use of it. Example could be maybe making a better internet search. Of course, Google use that, and they have a lot of cash. I think they cash out a lot. And then the likes of Amazon were using that to, of course, to do product recommendation, and at the end of the day, generating large amounts of revenue. So what happened to the rest of us? I think I think the only thing we knew about the AI then were to use the technology that this tech giant built for us. Example, Siri and Alexa were limited to that. But how about we look at local businesses, the small businesses? How would the AI really help them? So it's not just the tech. So you look at the company that runs t-shirts, a company that is just producing t-shirts. How about we look at getting meme or something that is trending on social media and use that to design or to print? AI could fetch information from social media or what is trending, put that into shirts design, and that will help the business owner in demand forecasting. AI with the camera, with the image technology inclusive, could actually allow you to take a picture of the shop or of the display room or the factory or the showroom, and the AI could actually advise where certain products could be placed. And in that case, it helps in product placement. But you could also have AI to kind of recommend how will you get a particular raw material from the market. Should you get it for $20, $100, or you want to wait because there are other factors, maybe seasons, maybe it has predicted the currency value, maybe currency will fall or your currency will go up, and the AI might actually allow you to wait, and that actually helps in supply chain. But how about you have clothes, fabrics, talking about t-shirt, and you could actually detect materials, maybe tears, and use that to train the AI. AI could actually detect cuts and some irregularities, and that helps in quality control. So AI could actually help in a whole lot. But let's look at individual, and our society is divided basically into two. You look at the organization, and then you look at an individual. And the AI is shaping the competitive landscape. For the organization, you're looking at employee engagement, allow businesses to make informed decisions, optimize business outcomes, reduce operational costs, reduce human error, of course, fraud detection. We're working with some banks in Kenya right now, and we're helping in fraud detection. The surprising thing is that Nigerian banks aren't really ready to employ technology, I'm sorry to say. From what Larry spoke about earlier, how his mother got defrauded, lost some money. I think if you look at it, there are a lot of cases. It happens every day. The reality is that even the banks themselves are not even ready to help. They are not even ready to solve the problem. Because this money moved to an account. It's not as if it flew through the air. It moves to an account. Those digital records are there. They don't even want to investigate it. And so I think that will to solve a problem is really what we need to do. And that can actually put AI. So fraud detection, a lot in Europe, they are really working on this. In China, you have fraud, things happen, report it. In fact, they get it resolved. And you can, AI is about the information that you feed into it. It has to do with a lot of training upon training upon training. And it will perform a particular task very well and absolutely. We're talking about cybersecurity. If you really want to solve this, I think the AI has come to help. We have used AI in employee engagement. I've seen a lot of this in some African countries and some European countries, in Australia, in Canada, and Europe. So I've seen a whole lot of that. I've seen this happening in Hong Kong. But in Africa, if in Nigeria, we're not even serious. And then so when you look at the employees, you look at AI allows you to learn. You can learn anything. Just type. Now we're talking about DeepSeek. You can use that. Just type anything you want to learn. There are certain information that are still genuine. You want to ask what's the GDP of every country. You can get that. You want to ask how many continents are there in the world. You want to get that. You might want to ask certain questions. Maybe you're doing a research. You can get that. You want to learn maybe a technology, maybe a programming language. For example, you want to learn Python. You want to learn how to program. The AI is there for you to learn. For you to use, you can use AI to build another AI from the same learning. And then let me just, there's this narrative that AI is coming to take our jobs. I used to believe that, but it's not true. And so if time permits, we might go into that later and I can provide more context to that. So there's a whole lot that you can benefit from AI as an individual. The performance evaluation improvement. I know someone who is also a friend of Ayuaro who work. This person got a job and was doing badly. The rating was just dropping. The person turned to AI. With AI, in matter of 2 years, the person went to the very top. All the promotions, everything, this person will consider for because he gets things done faster. Procrastination isn't his problem. So there are a whole lot. So let's look at the general global perspective about the AI now. So what is really matters in the whole world and what is pushing the AI? So I hear previous speaker talking about things are happening so fast. The reason is because of competitiveness and the need for businesses to increase revenue, cost reductions. These are among the priorities that are fostering the transformation in the AI space. So you look at operational efficiency, you look at time to onboard an employee. Of course, we're talking about scarcity of skills, but also employee retention rate is also another issue that is also leading to that. And AI has really come of age and is helping and is transforming every industry. So let's look at the positive side and those who have used AI, just some stories, and these are early findings. Permit me, the company I work for is related, we work for Microsoft partner, good partner, country winner and the best in Microsoft in a lot of African countries, in Nigeria, Botswana, Namibia, and Ghana. So a lot of my studies are in the area of Microsoft. So my narratives is tilting towards that area. So I'm kind of biased, and the research I am going to show you are things that are friendly to Microsoft because that's the solution I sell. And I spend a great deal of my time to do that so that I can provide food on the table for myself and for my family and for those that are with me. So I'm sorry if I'm Microsoft friendly. So these are findings from Microsoft sponsored survey. So 87% of organizations believe AI will give them competitive edge. These are those who have used it. And then there's higher productivity. Company using AI, about 72%, they actually have a 72% higher in organization productivity compared to those who use it less. Those who use it have higher, about 72%. Now there's job creation. And this is against those who feel AI takes their job. Before, I actually believe AI will take job before, and I actually believe that, I don't believe that AI will create more jobs before, but now I believe because I saw it firsthand in Kenya. There's a company called Jubilee, and so we sat with the CIO, and there were jobs that AI created that they are filling up now. And what was that? So the AI did do some automations and then be able to create some other opportunities and then some other things that becomes your concern. So let me give you an example. Maybe you plan getting to Ibadan and you think getting to Ibadan from Lagos is a great deal. What if you get to Ibadan? What will you be doing? So what if you get it to Ibadan on time? You need to start, and others are still on the way. So that's what AI do. AI gets you to a place, and then it throws up other things to you that others haven't seen. And then you begin to now fill in this position and then address these needs. So the AI unveils problems and challenges, and then it allows management to think about how do we solve this. And then so, for instance, employee experience is actually a job that AI has created where managers now have to get in employee experience manager who now look into it because the AI make all these suggestions, make all these predictions, and then you must provide a preemptive solution to them. Just get you ready and then get yourself ready and provide that solution before the problems actually happen. Something more preventive. And then so if you look at, so we still have job security, of course. 49 of respondents had some concern about job security, so we'll still look at that. And 70 still choose to delegate their work to AI. And simply put, the promises of AI actually outweighed the threats. And so one of the products in the market that's used for one of them is the Microsoft Copilot. And so this is for the enterprise. And for the early users, 75% say Copilots make them more productive. I use Copilots also. And so we have a product we've built, we've been able to create content, marketing content, maybe video. You can actually ask Copilot that from this video, please generate uh, a marketing script that I can post on LinkedIn or on Instagram, and for me to generate this. And then the Copilot will just do that simply for you. You might not be able to attend the meeting, and the Copilot will be there and then to actually give you the meeting note, even more accurate than if a human being were just there. Or you join a meeting late, Copilot will actually give you what has happened before you join, just to get you up with speed and get you started, so that you don't really miss anything. A lot of these are in the enterprise is more of an assistant, a real assistant where you go ask. For me, I was in the UK at the time. I think that was last year, and I was stuck. I didn't have much. I wanted to get a flight to Nigeria the following week. And when I contacted my agent, they were giving me high prices. So when I just chatted the AI and said, look, get me a flight, the cheapest flight. And he was able to route me through one of these countries. I think that was, which country was that? That was Amsterdam. And it says, because I have biometric BRP for UK, I might be able to pass through that place without transit visa. And that regulation was just new. I think it came to life just like 2 days after. And that information wasn't really available for all my agents. And because of that, I was able to fly very cheaply and all of that. So, and I was able to get ticket very cheaply and use all of that. And those agents, they didn't have that information. So these are some of the things that they have. So it just keeps you ahead. And you want to get anything done, yes, it gives you advice. And so it has actually come to stay. So 75% of the people already using AI at work, and 78 AI brings their AI tools to work. Then you still have those who are reluctant to admit using it for most important tasks. And some of it is as a result of the biases and the nuances that comes with it. So we just look into that now. So there are a lot of ethical concerns with AI, and government of different countries are actually talking about this. I think one of the presenters spoke about this. Moses spoke about this also. So for us, the Microsoft, so these concerns are very, really important. So we're looking at privacy, so we're looking at transparency, explainability, and that handles bias. We're looking at autonomy and accountability. So if AI mimics someone, then definitely the AI must ask for that person permission to carry out certain tasks. There's also societal impact. So these are the challenges. We've talked about bias and discrimination based on what is being fed into it, for instance. So if you live in a particular region and you've embedded into certain culture, you might program your AI that won't put other culture into consideration, and therefore the AI will be biased to those from those culture. So there are a lot of regulations going on with this now. But again, the tech companies are being taxed with this. And so I'll be speaking from Microsoft perspective. So there are Microsoft 6 key principles for responsible AI use. And at the end of it is to promote equity, fairness, and then reduction of bias. So there must be fairness. AI systems should treat all people fairly and avoid outcomes that harm, discriminate, and differentiate people. All efforts on AI must have human-centered outcome, and that is what it's all about. So there are also reliability and safety. So AI systems should perform reliably and safely under normal and unexpected conditions and must be resilient to malicious attack or misuse. So in my organization recently, we're deploying Copilot, and that's a tool that you can use to build your own AI. But again, there are security um, um, checklists that must be adhered to at the enterprise level. For instance, the CEO doesn't want entry level guys to know his or her salary. There are certain informations some people don't want to be out there, and so this could be configured in the enterprise, and the AI will skip looking for this information no matter how you search it. And so uh, there are those recommendations, and then there are those features and that actually allow this to take place. There's also accountability. So in terms of, so AI must have clear roles and responsibilities and must be subject to appropriate governance and oversight. So, and this happens when AI is being built, where everything is being put into consideration. Just in October 2023, the UK had AI summit, that's in the person of Rishi Sunak. And the idea is to actually look at the safety about AI and is for the whole world, the government of the whole world globally, to understand and address the risks surrounding AI. And of course, realize all the benefits and the opportunities for future generations. And the focus is to formulate regulations to ensure AI can be adopted ethically and, of course, effectively. And that also includes to respect data privacy, of course, avoid bias, and also eliminate or minimize misinformation, as we've spoken earlier. So there's a whole lot. Even the World Economic Forum is also talking about this also, so that all the efforts must be far from anything that work against human. So we'll simply look at some of the collaboration that is happening or that is happening already and where AI has been helped. So it's better we look at AI as working in collaboration with humans. Like I said, a lot of the challenges that comes with it, oftentimes there are no will for us to solve this problem. And I think that's where a lot of these problems or the challenges come from. So AI already collaborates with humans to free up humans for higher things to do. And this also underscore the fact that AI cannot replace human. And I'll tell you why. You can train AI to do something perfectly. AI can study some monograms and be able to detect cancer, if cancer will happen. And that also help healthcare. But that same AI looking at a woman with breasts and boobs, with hair, and then look at a guy with six packs and with all the masculine stuff, and it still can't tell if that person is a man or if the other person is a woman. It can't do everything. It will do what it's meant to do. It is still human that will put it all together to achieve. In education, I've used AI to learn. You can use AI to learn things faster and better, and that can guide you. So of course, we've seen virtual assistants. I use Copilot. I use Siri. I've used Siri to order for food before. Yes, here in Nigeria, and the food got to our office faster than when my driver will get it. So I have to use the driver to probably go do something else that require higher intelligence. But just to book food and bring food is quite simple. I've used Siri to do that. Some are using Alexa to do quite a number of things. And I've seen that also. So there are a whole lot in customer service. Yes, the AI has been very helpful, and I think it's all about what you really want to use the AI for, and and that is actually where the benefit and the advantage start coming to light. So you might want to start. How do I start? So it's to look at the different endeavor of humans. So we look at the HR, legal, sales, marketing, finance. Of course, I've talked about the customer service. In HR, my organization, we use AI for for employee experience. AI could actually detect bias. There's something called the unconscious bias. Even it happens in recruitment. Perhaps maybe you see people are submitting CV and you are from Igbo, and you see somebody from your village, from MBC. This is from my village. You begin to have interest in that person. I am Danjuma, and I don't see a lot of people from the north in tech. So when I go through CV and I see someone from the north or from my, I begin to have interest in such a person. So that's an unconscious bias, and that even happens right from the recruitment. And of course, that will lead in bringing in efficiency into the organizations. And of course, that is a loss already. Of course, we've seen that in sales, where you can do predictions and then increase your sales. Of course, we are currently using that in marketing. Use AI to post in LinkedIn, Facebook, and a whole lot, and in other that finance, a lot predict those who are doing trading, and even in banking, customer service, a whole lot is happening. We're currently using AI to build some solutions in legal and compliance. So there's a whole lot. And so you might want to look at the functions that are helping, that are actually fostering the AI usage in different industries. So I'm coming from the implementation side, where we advise companies, individuals on how to go about their AI journey and what are these key functions, what are these processes that you want the AI to come in and help. So in sales, you look at customer service, lead generation. There are a lot of tools that will help you this and help you to get ahead of your competitors. One of them is sales analysis and forecasting. And because of a whole lot of data that is available, so you're able to do that. There's marketing in finance. You can look at quote to cash, records to report. Now you build applications. You probably don't need to build reports anymore. You could just type in a chatbot to say, okay, how much have we made this year? Please, AI, give me list month by month revenue from last year to this year, and the AI will bring it from your app. And so customer service, legal, I told you about the HR, employee engagement, there's recruitment, there's payroll, there's compensation. In fact, AI can actually detect what we call diversity and bias in organizations. If a boss is using some discriminatory terms, the AI can actually detect that, and then it will advise the management to take a preemptive action. So so you see AI helping global companies in the area of HR. In legal, we've seen AI already providing advisory service. You could actually scan a whole lot of documents, a whole lot of paper document. AI can gather all of that and summarize that for you to say, look, this is what this documentation is all about, rather than reading through a whole lot of paper, and that could take hours for you to come to a conclusion. Yes, there's so much of them. So we want to look at how do you really prepare for it, because what is happening now is that the AI is championing the fourth industrial revolution, but the challenge is that it must be available. It must be democratized for everyone to be able to use. Again, the challenge is even why it is there are those countries who don't have the infrastructure for them to jump on it. And so also it affects every organization. So across the whole world, whether it's in Africa, it's in the Caribbean, or the Latin America or some other Asian countries. So this question cuts across. What are your organizational goals for AI? What do you want to use AI for as an individual? And what are concerns that you want the AI to address? What skill set do you have today? What skill set does organizations have today? And what kind of data do you want to leverage on? And you have the infrastructure to put on this. So these are things that actually allows you to make decisions and then quickly jump on it. And at the end of the day, so the economic impact of AI is much, and it's creating new markets and job opportunities. At the same time, there are those who believe that in the coming years, the countries grouped are not going to be in 2%. It's going to be in the rate of 10%, 20% GDP in terms of country prosperity. For an individual, those who uses AI, their productivity will hit the roof, and they'll be able to earn more and more, and that increase global wealth. For organization, every process will have been optimized. They will have reduced, cost reduction would have been at the highest, and efficiency would have been at the very top, and they will all report a huge profit. The unfortunate thing is organizations that do not join this obviously will actually lose traction and go extinct. And so rather than the world facing what we call recession, we are actually going to have something that is more of the opposite. And that talks about more prosperity for different countries. And so it's good that everyone should embrace it because it is the future. And of course, it comes with its societal impact. And of course, there are also some ethical consideration. And at the end of the day, it still serves as a catalyst for positive societal change. Thank you. I think this is the end of my presentation.